Hello, this is Nicolina with Get Crackin' Crafts. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I am doing a flip through of my journal, the Polkadot Owl. Disclaimer, there are no polka dotted owls in this journal. There's a lot of owls and a lot of polka dots. So I made this journal for my friend Jo for Christmas, and she was kind enough to lend it back to me so I could make the video. I made it using Nick the Booksmith's Scholarly Ledger course, which I highly recommend. It's a really good course. And I used the cover that was provided in the course, front and back, really nice. Leather look. And the dimensions, it's about 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. The pages are all 5 by 8. Inside. I made a little spine charm. This is the very first dangle that I've made, and I was really happy with how it turned out. It's really cute. It's got a little owl and a mushroom and a little wing and a little charm that says brave and the number 10. And excuse me, I made it so that it could be removed. I put it on a button on the back. It's a little fiddly, but you can take it off by just unlooping it from the button. Now, I haven't seen this done in any of the videos I've watched on YouTube, but I'm sure somebody must have done it somewhere. But I was really happy with it because it meant that you could have a pristine spine and you don't have to put a hole in your spine or a stud, and you can still have the dangle or not have it if you want. So I've taken it off just for ease of showing you the journal. So one thing I have to say, I was a little skimpy with the seam binding for the closure. But really unhappy about that, but my friend told me it was fine. So a long time ago, my friend told me that if I ever made a journal for her, I should make it with owls and polka dots. And since that's what she told me she wanted, that's what I went with. And I used a lot of images from Artie Mays' Winter's Tale kit, which is amazing, and another highly recommended item. So I did a little flip out to start with this cute little guy. And a little bit of fabric lace, a little bit of cotton lace. I also did 4 tabs, one for each signature, and I put these little cute owl charms with different colored stones on each tab, which I thought was super cute. So polka dots, a little angry owl, and just a little piece of coffee dyed paper for taking notes. My friend is a really serious journaler, so I left a lot of space for her to actually write because I know she's going to fill this up. I've got some graph paper here. When you dye graph paper, the lines tend to run. So I've been dyeing it a lot more lightly lately, but this one's a little bit more heavily dyed, so the lines are pretty faint. This is an envelope from the Artie Mays kit. There's just a little piece of coffee dyed paper in it for taking notes. Just a really beautiful image. I scoured Pinterest, since this was for a gift. I scoured Pinterest for just the sweetest owl images that I could find, and this is just a beautiful painting. I can't make out the signature, but it's just gorgeous. And then another little piece of coffee dyed paper for extra notes. This pocket just has a little extra of the polka dot fabric that I use in the journal, and an extra little bead in case she wants to make any little embellishments or things for herself. Just a little card. It's aged on the back. And I just made a little flip out, and this is inspired by Patricia Viramontes for sure, with a couple of tags inside. That's from the Artie Mays kit. And I just did some stamping on the back with a piece of corrugated cardboard. And I just love the font on this German page. It's just such a beautiful font. I've got this one book. I'm going to be using that a lot. Some more graph paper, this little guy, and another tag from the Winter's Tale. The other side of the envelope with his cute little owl. Little stamping, that's a stamp from Newlybird. I haven't quite found the ink I like yet for that stamp. I wasn't 100% happy with the green, but it's a cute stamp. And I just made this little removable notebook. Just a few sheets of coffee dyed paper sewn together, and a little bulb pin with a little battered button on it. I thought was pretty cute. Ledger paper. I really like the way this ledger paper dies. And you can see the polka dot fabric in the center. And this little guy peeking out. He's kind of eerie. And then this little guy here is orange. Just a tag from the Winter's Tale kit with a little stamping on the back. And some graph paper, polka dot paper. I love the damask on the other side of these polka dot pages. It's a Bow Bunny kit. Really nice paper pack. Just all different polka dots on one side and damask on the other. Really nice kit. Bow Bunny. Can't remember the name. And then just a journaling card with a little altered paper clip. One side of an envelope. Doily, just a little bit of collage there with some fabric and the owl image. Other side of the doily. And then this envelope, I put in this little nest, which is probably one of the reasons the book is so freaking chunky. I just used some twine and some raffia and some cheesecloth and this leafy trim, and it's just on a card, a coffee dyed card, and I don't know, I just thought it needed a nest. It doesn't particularly scream owl nest to me, but it just needed to be in there. I just love nests. I even like the word nest. So that's in there with this ridiculous eyelash trim. It's another Newlybird stamp. And then just this little pocket with this little collage with not a flower, for heaven's sake, a feather and some cheesecloth and just a little charm. And another card with journaling space. Couldn't resist this stag. Just gorgeous. Ledger paper, that's 2 signatures. And then I was so happy with how this little squirrel turned out. I fussy cut him on his little tail and then went around him with ink, and I think he worked out really nicely. And he's just on a little bit of cotton lace with a little bit of cheesecloth going up the belly band, and I think he looks terrific. And here's another owl painting. Just such incredible talent. It's such a gorgeous image. I love it. And the little bead for this signature is a light green little owl. Little tiny bit of fabric collage there, some eyelash trim, and some fabric and a button. Love that dark coffee stain. Here's one side of an envelope with this guy. I love this drunken owl. He's adorable. And this just has a little piece of coffee stained paper for notes. Just another tag. And this little bookmark. It's just a little bunch of owls on a book. Super cute on this coffee dyed cotton lace pocket doily. And then this is an altered paper clip. Love this little guy. Super cute. And I made this little fold out using Tim Holtz paper, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out. It's got all this lined paper, and then here this snowy owl, and it flips down for some sort of secret journaling. It's just on these little rings. And then I've got these little insect tags, which were definitely inspired by Wendy from Wendy's Journal Adventures. I love her work. And so they've just got insects and some script stamping, and then just on the back there. Really cute. And then this is a sort of complicated thing. It was supposed to go in here, but it doesn't quite fit because of the lace. And then there's a little little insert that you can write on that goes in under the lace, and it's just stamped on the back with that corrugated cardboard for writing. So that fits in here. You could put something else in there too and put this somewhere else in the book. And then this back is really beautiful, so you can put it in like this or this. Just love that Tim Holtz paper. Ledger paper, polka dots, some coffee stain paper just for extra notes. I like to think of these journals as junk journals as non-linear journaling. Like you can take the bits and pieces out and write on them the journaling cards, and you can put them in anywhere you want. But my friend Jo is very attached to the linear journaling concept, so I know if she uses a piece of paper, she'll put it in the right order. So beautiful tree stamp. Love that stamp. Another Newly Bird stamp. This owl. And then our little guy here is clear. Little clear stone. Here I've got another little collage with these little curious fellows and another feather. And then this is an actual picture that I got on Pinterest of some little baby owl chicks. And they're just so ridiculously adorable. Look at their eyes and beaks. It's just, I don't know. I couldn't resist it. And then this gorgeous image. Just look at that. It's just such a wonderful picture. I had to include it. And then there's that hair again. Just a little bit of lace on the edge of the ledger paper. Some coffee dyed parchment paper. I love that crinkle. This little guy, so cute. And then this is a pocket sort of thing that I took from Shabby Dabby Doodah, Tina over at her channel. And it ties and then opens to reveal a tag. And then there's a tag behind it. And then you can also open it out like that for journaling. So I thought that was really neat. So took that from her. I kind of like that it's like a little secret spot. for writing. And that's just some coffee dyed lace. And then here's the other side of that envelope. Or no, this is actually the envelope where I had put the dangle in this little pouch. I put the dangle in this little pouch in here, so she could use it if she wanted to or not. And this cute little bird paper clip, love that. And then another image from the Winter's Tale kit. That tree, just love that tree. Some more graph, the other side of that paper. Just a little cheesecloth for texture. Doily, and then just another little coffee dyed paper flip out that I don't like to hide that guy, he's too cute, that you can remove from this polka dot and lace pocket. And then that's the end with its sad little too short seam binding. But yeah, that's the Polkadot Owl journal, and I hope that you liked it, and thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.